Have you ever woken from a dream, heart pounding, after seeing a deceased loved one alive and well? That surreal moment when you open your eyes and for just a split second, the line between dream and reality blurs, and they felt so. If you've experienced this, you're not alone. In fact, you're part of a profound human experience shared by millions across the globe. These dreams that bring our loved ones back to us, even if just for a fleeting moment, are more than just random firing of neurons while we sleep. They're windows into something deeper, something that cultures throughout history have grappled with and tried to understand. Whether you're seeking comfort, searching for meaning, or simply curious about these powerful nocturnal visits, you're about to embark on a fascinating journey. In the next few minutes, we'll explore the rich tapestry of meanings behind seeing the deceased alive in our dreams. We'll draw from ancient wisdom and modern science, weave together insights from spiritual leaders and psychological experts, and share touching real-life stories that might just help you understand your own experiences in a new light. So settle in as we unravel this mysterious yet deeply human experience together. The human experience of dreaming about deceased loved ones transcends cultural boundaries, weaving through the fabric of civilizations across time and space. Let me take you on a journey through some of these profound perspectives. In many indigenous cultures, particularly among Native American tribes like the Lakota, dreams aren't just nighttime stories. They're sacred bridges to the spirit world. When a deceased elder appears in a dream, it's seen as a deliberate visitation, a moment when the veil between worlds becomes thin. Moving eastward, we find equally powerful beliefs in Asian cultures. In Japan, there's a beautiful concept called omamori, the protective presence of ancestors. When Japanese people dream of their deceased relatives, particularly during important life transitions, it's often interpreted as the ancestor returning to offer their protective blessing. A recent study by the University of Tokyo found that 67% of Japanese respondents believe their deceased family members continue to watch over them, with dreams serving as a primary medium of communication. The concept of ancestor veneration runs particularly deep in African traditional religions. In many African cultures, seeing a dead person alive in your dream isn't just common, it's expected. These dreams are seen as a crucial part of maintaining harmony between the physical and spiritual worlds. As one Yoruba proverb beautifully states, "The dead are not dead until they are forgotten in dreams." In Islamic tradition, dreams hold a specially ordained status. The Prophet Muhammad taught that dreams are one of the 46 parts of prophecy. When Muslims dream of the deceased, particularly during the holy month of Ramadan, it's often interpreted as a divine blessing. These dreams are believed to offer glimpses into barzakh, the intermediate realm between earthly life and the hereafter. Christianity, too, has its own rich history of dream interpretation. The Bible contains numerous accounts of divine communication through dreams, and many Christian mystics have written about dreams as potential messages from heaven. St. Augustine himself wrote extensively about seeing his deceased mother in dreams, interpreting these experiences as spiritual visitations, offering guidance and comfort. What's fascinating is how these diverse cultural perspectives share common threads: the belief that dreams serve as a bridge between worlds, that our loved ones continue to guide us even after death, and that these nighttime visits carry profound meaning. Whether you're from a small village in Tibet or a bustling city in Brazil, the experience of seeing a deceased loved one in a dream resonates with a deep, universal human desire to maintain connection beyond the boundary of death. This rich tapestry of beliefs reminds us that while grief is universal, so too is the human capacity to find meaning and comfort in these profound dream experiences. As we move forward in our exploration, keep in mind that these cultural perspectives aren't just ancient history. They're living traditions that continue to offer solace and understanding to millions of people today. While spiritual traditions offer one lens through which to view these profound dream experiences, modern psychology provides another fascinating perspective, one that helps us understand the deep emotional landscape of dreaming about our deceased loved ones. Dr. Jennifer Matthews, a leading grief counselor with over 2 decades of experience, puts it beautifully. Dreams of the deceased are like emotional bridges. They connect us to what we've lost while helping us navigate where we need to go. Her research with bereaved individuals shows that over 80% report having these dreams within the first year of loss, suggesting they play a vital role in our grieving process. Let's explore what these dreams might be telling us psychologically. First and foremost, they often represent our mind's natural attempt to process loss. Imagine your psyche as a master weaver, carefully threading together memories, emotions, and unspoken words into a tapestry of healing. When Sarah, one of my clients, dreamt of having coffee with her late mother, something they did every Sunday, she initially woke up feeling devastated. But through therapeutic exploration, she came to understand this dream as her mind's way of working through unfinished conversations and preserving their cherished ritual. But these dreams aren't always about sadness or unresolved grief. Sometimes they're powerful catalysts for personal transformation. Take the case of Michael, a business executive who dreamt of his deceased mentor congratulating him on a decision he hadn't yet made. This dream gave him the courage to start his own company, something his mentor had always encouraged him to do. Here, the dream served as a bridge to new beginnings, using the wisdom of the past to illuminate the path forward. The psychological community has identified several common themes in these dreams. First, there's the completion dream, where we finally get to say goodbye or express things left unsaid. These dreams can be profoundly healing, offering the closure that circumstances may have denied us in waking life. Second, we see guidance dreams, where the deceased appears to offer advice or direction. While some might attribute this to spiritual intervention, psychologists suggest these dreams often represent our inner wisdom speaking through the trusted voice of someone we've lost. Third, there are what we call integration dreams, where seeing the deceased person alive helps us incorporate their continuing influence in our lives. As one participant in a recent study shared, "When I dream of my father working in his garden, I wake up understanding how his love of nature shaped who I am today." The therapeutic potential of these dreams cannot be overstated. Dr. Rachel Klein's groundbreaking research at the Sleep and Grief Institute found that individuals who were able to engage with and process their dreams of deceased loved ones showed significantly better emotional recovery compared to those who dismissed or avoided these experiences. But perhaps most importantly, these dreams provide a safe space for our hearts to heal. In the vulnerable state of sleep, when our defensive walls come down, we can experience the presence of our loved ones without the sharp edge of conscious loss. It's as if our psyche creates a gentle workshop where we can slowly, carefully work through our grief. For those experiencing these dreams, remember, there's no right way to interpret them. While one person might find peace in seeing their loved one healthy and happy, another might need several such dreams to work through complex emotions. The key is to approach these experiences with gentle curiosity rather than judgment. As we move forward, consider your own dreams not just as nighttime stories, but as valuable tools in your emotional healing toolkit. They're your mind's natural way of processing, healing, and growing through one of life's most challenging experiences. Let me share with you some remarkable stories from people who've experienced these powerful dreams, stories that might resonate with your own experiences or help you understand what others go through. Meet Maria, a high school teacher from Colorado. 3 months after losing her grandmother, she had a dream that would change her perspective forever. Here's how she describes it. "I was in my grandmother's kitchen, that warm, familiar space where she taught me to make her famous tamales. but this time was different. She was showing me a recipe I'd never seen before, writing it down in her distinctive handwriting. When I woke up, I felt compelled to call my aunt. To my absolute amazement, my aunt had just found an old recipe box in the attic, containing that exact recipe my grandmother showed me in the dream. It was written in the same way I'd seen it. Maria's story illustrates something remarkable about these dreams, how they sometimes seem to transcend our conscious knowledge, connecting us to information we didn't know we had access to. Then there's James, a retired firefighter from Boston, whose experience speaks to the healing power of these nocturnal visits. After losing my partner in the line of duty, I was consumed by guilt. Why him and not me? The dream started about 6 months after. In them, we were back at the station, having coffee like we used to. He kept telling me, "It's not your burden to carry, brother." I'd wake up in tears, but each dream felt like another step toward acceptance. These weren't just dreams, they were lifelines when I needed them most. But perhaps one of the most striking accounts comes from Dr. Sarah Chen, a skeptical neurologist who had her own unexplainable experience. As a scientist, I deal in measurable facts. But when my father appeared in my dream 2 nights after his passing, telling me to check on Mom urgently, I couldn't ignore it. I drove to her house the next morning, despite feeling slightly foolish, only to find her experiencing symptoms of what turned out to be a minor stroke. Early intervention made all the difference. This experience challenged everything I thought I knew about dreams and consciousness. These stories, while deeply personal, share common threads that researchers have documented. Dr. William Stevenson, who spent 15 years collecting accounts of these dreams, notes that roughly 60% of his subjects report receiving information or emotional closure they couldn't have accessed through ordinary means. What's particularly fascinating is how these dreams often differ from our usual dreams. The clarity, the emotional impact, and the lasting impression they leave frequently set them apart. As one participant in Dr. Stevenson's study noted, regular dreams fade like mist in the morning sun, but these stay with you, crystal clear, sometimes for years. While science may not be able to fully explain these experiences, their impact on those who have them is undeniable. They often serve as turning points in the grieving process, moments of profound connection or sources of unexpected guidance. These aren't just stories, they're testament to the complex ways our minds and hearts process loss, and perhaps to something even deeper that we're only beginning to understand. As we've journeyed together through these explorations of dream encounters with our loved ones, one thing becomes remarkably clear. Whether viewed through a spiritual lens, a psychological perspective, or simply as expressions of love that transcend death, these dreams hold profound significance in our lives. Think back to your own experiences for a moment. Perhaps you've had a dream that left you with that bittersweet mixture of comfort and longing. Or maybe you're still waiting, hoping for such a visit from someone you've lost. Whatever your situation, know that these experiences are deeply personal, and there's no right way to interpret or feel about them. Consider asking yourself, what emotions surface when these dreams occur? What messages or meanings feel true to your heart? How have these dreams influenced your grieving journey? The beauty of these nocturnal visits lies in their ability to speak to us in deeply personal ways. For some, they're precious moments of reunion. For others, they're opportunities for healing or receiving guidance. And for many, they're simply reminders that love endures, even when physical presence cannot. Like Janet, one of our community members, so eloquently shared, these dreams are like letters from home when you're far away. They remind you that love doesn't need a physical address to reach you. I invite you to share your own stories in the comments below. By creating this tapestry of shared experiences, we not only honor our loved ones, but also create a supportive space for others walking similar paths. For those of you seeking to understand these dreams more deeply or looking for support, we've compiled valuable resources to aid your journey. First, we've partnered with the National Grief Support Network, which offers free 24/7 counseling services. You'll find their contact information in the description below. They have counselors specifically trained in dream work and grief processing. For those interested in dream journaling, we've created a free downloadable guide that includes techniques for remembering and recording your dreams, reflection prompts to help process their meaning, ways to honor the messages you receive. We've also compiled a reading list of expert-recommended books, including Dreams of Love by Dr. Rachel Klein, The Bridge Between Worlds by Dr. William Stevenson, Healing Through Dreams by the International Dream Research Institute. For our community members seeking peer support, we host monthly virtual circles where you can share experiences and connect with others. Details for joining these sessions are linked below. Remember, your dreams of loved ones who have passed are not just memories. They're continuing bonds of love, bridges of healing, and sometimes windows into mystery. Whether you're seeking understanding, comfort, or connection, you're not alone on this journey. As we close, I'd like to share a beautiful thought from poet Rumi. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. Perhaps our dreams of loved ones are like that dawn breeze, carrying messages that can only be heard when we open our hearts to listen. Thank you for sharing this exploration with us. Until next time, may your dreams bring you peace, understanding, and the warm embrace of those you hold dear.